Hello, everyone. How are you doing this evening? Whew, wanted to come back, talk to my people, you know. Um, today's podcast is titled Big Elephant in the Room. And I put this one forth for a reason. We're going to start this with prayer, as we do all of our podcasts. And here we go. Heavenly Father, I come to you, your humble servant, asking you for guidance, asking you to please let my people understand and see where I'm coming from. I plead the blood of Jesus over my house, me, my children, my nation. Lord, I pray in your holy son's name that you get this message across to those who need to hear it, those who understand, and those who want to lend a helping hand. In Jesus' name I pray. Amen. Now, I labeled this the big elephant in the room. And my reason for that is because I have watched a lot of documentaries about my people, Black people, our people. I've watched a lot of them. And in every documentary that I watch, um, they talk about us coming from slavery. They talk about how we are did wrong in the justice departments. They talk about how we're we are grand and strong people. They give advice for us to learn more. They talk about our leaders in every documentary I've ever seen. I've seen a lot of shows that discuss violence against Black people, and their main subject and topic on this is that Black people, when it was going down, that we were being killed by racist cops, white cops, or racist white people. And they would have it in the news for a very, very long time, you know? And when I would look at these shows, and after those shows were over, and I would walk out my house and I'm going to the store, I would see black on black crime. I would not see a racist white cop anywhere. I wouldn't see racist white people anywhere. I would see my people oppressing my people. I would see them challenging each other, bringing each other down. If you did something and you overcame something and you were doing okay, I would hear ladies in the neighborhood down and put down other Black women and, uh, saying stuff about her past, not about what this woman is doing now and how she's making things better for her and her children. These women were not saying that. They were talking about what that lady used to do in her past, overlooking everything that she's accomplished right now. Okay. I have in Black America seen Black women kill each other, or one killed the other over some guy who's playing both of them. Um, the same thing, I've seen a lot of Black men kill each other or kill one or the other over a Black woman. Um, just stupid things, stuff that don't make sense. And I'm really tired of hearing every documentary say that black people are being done wrong by racist white people. All white people aren't racist. No, if that was the case, then we wouldn't have had the Quakers. My grandfather taught me who I am today. That's why I know who I am. He taught me my origin of how I got here. I didn't come here on a boat. I came here through my mother and father and by the grace of God and Memorial Hospital. But my ancestors before me, way before me, centuries ago, was in slavery for 400 years. Okay. I see a lot of documentaries talking about the drug epidemic in Black America, how it took out Detroit bad. Not only Detroit, lots of places with violence, but that was in my Black America. That's what I saw. That's what I lived. That's what I still see today. Now, when I go back over and I read my statistics, I do. I make a point of it because I'm a Black woman that grew up in the inner city who was once addicted to a demon substance and have been clean now for 15 years. So I beat statistics. I beat the odds as well because I went to school and I went back to school where the odds say that I would not do that, that I was just going to give up on my life. Well, how you like me now? A lot of my people are dying, not at the hands of racist white people, racist white cops. My people are dying at the hands of my people. And I look and I say, well, why is that happening? Statistics want to tell me it's because of lack of education. Statistics want to say that because if you're poor, you're more likely to commit a crime in Black America. Dropout rate more in the Black community than in the white communities and other communities. Why is that? No one knows. I do. It's because we do not have the support system that we're supposed to have. It's because we don't take the time to help one another overcome things. We're not slaves anymore. So why get enslaved? Why enslave yourself by going to jail, going to prison? Why be a slave modern day on probation, parole? You can't get away from that. It's just like slavery. If you're going to go out of town, you got to call someone and tell them you're going. You can't go on your own because if you do, you get in trouble there, they're going to put you in jail. And that's a violation. Back in the day, they wouldn't even let you pay your fine. They'll put you on a plantation for you to work for someone to work off that money that you could have made. In Black America, in my Black America, just as well as whoever it is watching this program right now, let me read to you. They say crime is a result in Black America, okay, because of socio-economical status. Black people don't associate with each other, not all of us, because some of us associate with the wrong crowd. All of us don't want to be a part of the wrong crowd. So we're called squares, weird, crazy, because we want to stay in an environment in our own home because it's not safe out there if you're a square, if you're weird, if you're a nerd, and you're black around your own people, it's a problem. If you change your lifestyle for the better, it's a problem. It's crazy, but it's true. That's the elephant in the room. Besides this part, it says if you are poor, you are more likely to commit a crime 2.6 million times than white people. In 2021 alone, 15,290 blacks were killed from black on black crime. 2019, 12,700 blacks killed from black on black crime. That is never discussed on any of the shows that I have seen. It's always this white person did this or a white person said that. My grandfather is half black and half German. My father's father. Why do I have to be that? Why do I have to be called out my name because of my accomplishments? Why can't that be left alone? But I take that. I take it and I use it for good because my parents taught me that success is the best revenge you can have on your enemy. But my enemy is my people. My enemy aim low. My people, they aim low at one another. And then we supposed to soar high. And we do. But there, we are not all the same. We are not. I am a doer and a giver. My people in Black America are not cooperating together. And they say being poor. Well, everyone in Black America is not poor. I know a young lady who has a lot of haters, and they have more than she does. She doesn't have a nice SUV. She doesn't have a nice sedan. In fact, she doesn't even have a car. But because she has overcome an addiction, because she has picked up all of the trash and cleaned it out of her life, and she's on her way, she's bad for doing that. Well, my sister, I read your letter, and there's nothing wrong with you being a champion that you are. There's nothing wrong with you cleaning up your life and living right. There's nothing wrong with your accomplishments and your achievements. There's nothing wrong with you. So I tell you, my sister, there's nothing wrong with wanting to live right and better or staying to yourself. There's nothing wrong with that. In Black America, Black Americans do not get together in the hood and rally to fix up these streets that's torn up. They don't get together and go to the city and say, well, what are you going to do about these abandoned houses in our neighborhoods? We need speed bumps on this street because these guys are coming through here flying down the street. And there are old people walking to their cars or to the bus to take up to church. There are little children playing on the streets, but they don't do that. They focus on the neg, and the neg is keeping each other oppressed, not helping each other. The big elephant in the room is just that. These people aren't taking up for each other. Some of us have to fight these people. We have to fight our own people. We are belittled by our own people. You know what? There is a 97% chance that when Black women and teenagers and little girls are gone, they do not investigate it. They don't look for us as they would if we were white. The crimes in Black America is out of 1 out of 2 worst between 2 races, Black people and indigenous people. I'm a Black woman. I carry myself that way. I teach my children that way, and that's the way I am. But I live in Black America. I am not a part of the crap. I am not a part of the bringing down. I am not a part of belittling my sisters who are out here trying, because Black women, we try and we try and we try, and we got to keep doing that, but we got to do it together. In Black America, if one woman don't like one woman, then this woman is going to attack her with all of her friends. The same, if this Black guy don't like this Black guy, then this Black guy's friend will attack him with all of his friends until they are pushed to have to defend themselves, until they are pushed where they're going to either choose if this person's going to live or am I going to be the one to talk to the judge. Well, I'd rather talk to the judge. I'd rather not have a confrontation with my people. I don't want to do that. But it's like some of our people are hell bent on violence, hell bent on that. And we're not all the same. A young lady said to me that when her haters are coming at her, when she's alone and when she's with her family, that's when they try to pick, pick, pick. But she ignores them because she's with her family. She's not that type that be with her family and says, well, my cousins are over here now. Now my brother over here now. So now what you want to do? She doesn't do that. She let them carry on with their ignorance and make them feel good doing that. They hate the silent treatment. They get louder and they come harder. And they're going to make you get into a confrontation with them if you are weak enough to do that. No one addresses this big elephant in the room. Never do it. I have heard plenty of shows. I have seen plenty of shows, but no one says when Antoine and Tyrone get into a tiff and one of them shoot the other, it was just a shooting on the west side of Savannah, Georgia. Oh, there was a shooting on the east side of Savannah. They have someone in custody. Show this guy one or two times that week, and that's it. The next time you hear about him, he going to trial in about 2 years from that day. He's going to trial now. But if a racist white cop was to kill a black person on either the east or the west side, or if some racist white person did it, it'll be in the news 3 to 4 weeks. You will know about it. There'll be T-shirts. People will protest. Oh, we're not going to buy no Skittles and none of this today and all this here. But when two black people do this to each other, it's like it doesn't matter. It don't matter. It doesn't matter. Once I called the cops before and I complained to him about what was happening, this cop asked me, "Do you have any family that you could call?" I looked at this guy like, "Are you serious? You would rather me call my brothers over here, my uncles, their friends to come over here and go to war with these people, there'd be more bloodshed. But I called you instead, and you telling me to be a vigilante. Come on, Black America, you need to wake up and see what's happening here because I could see clearly what this mission was of this cop. He did not care. He did not care. The way that some blacks treat other blacks is awful. People lose their kids for mistaken identity. Someone thought that was that person, so they shot up the car, killed these people's daughter, their sons. No one ever addresses that. That really sickens me because it makes me feel like we won't stand up for ourselves. No one is going to say nothing. So I'm tired of no one saying nothing. So here I am. I am saying something. That big elephant needs to be addressed on these shows, talk shows, radio shows, Charlemagne the God, Steve Harvey, all of that. All of you. Travis, Roland, do you know 9 times out of 10 in a black family in Black America, black females are raped by their own relatives, molested by boyfriends of their mothers, their own cousins, uncles. They damage us before we even get to knowing other men in the world. Those men are supposed to protect us from the men out in the world, but they don't. That needs to be addressed badly. We have so much to do. We've come far, but we still have far to go because we're split. I would love to talk to girls. I would love to go to the college, talk to girls, talk to boys about don't do drugs. It will mess up your life. You will leave your school. That will be your number one priority. I see they make commercials about cigarettes and vapors. Our people do not stand up for one another. In Black America, they'll go to the rent office, try to get you put out. They'll pick at you and pick at you until you blow up, and then there's the fight or the killing. There's the nepotism going on. You and this young lady got into it 3 or 4 summers ago. That grudge is still there. Now you go look for a job. And because the woman you got into it with, aunt, is the manager, she won't give you that job because her niece don't like you. So she don't like you either. And you're not going to get that job. It's not fair. It is not fair the way blacks do each other. It is not fair that it is overlooked and only certain people are blamed. It is not fair that you will take your own brother's life, your own sister. I'm your sister, man. We all in Georgia, across the world, we have ancestors that have that same ancestral curse. Now it's here today. What's taking our minds now? You think that you're better than this person because she's walking and you're driving. You think you're better than this person because he did drugs or she did drugs. And now that they're better in life and living life to the fullest, why you want to snatch that? Why would you want to hinder your own people? If we don't stand up for us, who will? We are a dying race. It's like there's lots of us that would. What's the use of what's the use? If we're not going to be here for each other, if we're not going to support each other, what are we here for? Just to be in existence, existing? I don't want to just exist. I want to do something. I want to help women and little girls, teenagers in Black America. I want a difference in my people, in the race of Black people. I want that. And I'm not the only one that wants it. There are many people who feel the way I do, but no one is saying nothing. Why? We live in the land of freedom of speech and opportunity. So there's no excuse that you live in the hood and you don't graduate. You just give up on yourself. That is not cool. That is not fair to our slain leaders. It is not. They were killed for this. They were killed that we have opportunities, equal opportunities. They were killed for that. What happened to protect and respect the Black woman? What happened to that? We need to recamp, fight for our Black history class, make it a part of school curriculum, make it a part of what we go to school for. We need to learn our native language. We need to be more active in our neighborhoods to prevent violence instead of turning a blind eye when someone is being done wrong. Some folks say that the Jim Crow letter isn't a real letter. I truly believe that it is because he said to turn the young Black woman against the older Black woman, turn the older Black woman against the young Black woman so she don't know nothing. She won't know nothing. They won't teach you. Turn the young black man against the older black man and the older black man against the young black man. So they don't teach him nothing. He don't know nothing. No one deserves not to know nothing about who they are, our roots, our heritage, and our culture. It does not make sense to me, and it is not what we're supposed to be going through right now. We are supposed to be standing up and lifting up one voice for us all, is what we're supposed to do. Not if my sister don't like her, then I don't. Now, I'm not gonna like her because my cousin, friend, next door neighbor, best friend, cousin on the third power, her uncle and sister, cousin, grandma, uncle, aunt don't like her either. So all of us, we're not gonna like her. And then we're gonna tell all of our friends, we're not gonna like him. And we're gonna tell all of our friends and all of our relatives to give you a hard time. I just want you to know that for blacks who do this, you have traded places with the racist people during our people's time when they were struggling and getting lynched and stopped and couldn't go here and couldn't go there to do their daily things that they wanted to do. You are trading. You have traded places. That swap has already been done, and you are the ones that has did this. But I am determined. I am determined. I have a strong will within me. So I am not going to let it go to waste. I am not going to let it go to waste. I'm not having that. I am not going to let it go to waste. I want to teach, and I'm going to. And I'm going to counsel, and I'm going to stay non-violent. I'm going to stay that way against my people because there are people like me in this world who want to speak out, but they don't want to speak out because they're afraid that they'll be judged by people that they know who don't feel the same way that they do. That is not me. If I know what I'm speaking on is real, and I know that it's affecting people I love in a negative way, then I'm speaking and I'm standing on what I believe in. Because my brothers and sisters, they died for standing up for what they believed. They got, hey, pushed down, beat up coming from school, all of that for me to be here and for me to have the strength that I have to overcome a demon substance. And I thank God because God was the one who was with me when I was going through those times, not nobody else. We have got to get together and get this Black History class. We got to fight to get this because it is important. Don't you think that you deserve it? Don't you think your child deserves to know? I know mine does. My granddaughters, my grandsons that are coming into this world, they deserve to know that we are warriors, we are fighters, we are winners. To give themselves a chance and not accept the N word. We have got to stand together, people. We have got to do that because the today that we create, our children will live in it tomorrow. So we've got to stand up together. We have to come as one. We've got to do this. We have got to do this. I know that my Black leaders were slain because they stood up. They told the truth. I know that Billie Holiday was discriminated against because she told the truth about what was happening in Georgia in her song Right Rotten Fruit. They said if she's saying it again, we're going to put you in jail. Now you're talking about Billie Holiday. That's like saying to Beyonce, you can't say that. You can't talk about that. That's like telling anybody we cannot speak on the truth. Well, I am speaking on the truth. And I know that some of my people are not going to find this appealing. You're not going to like it. You don't like what I said. That's because it's true. That's why. That's why you don't like it. It's either you don't like it because it's true or you don't like it because I'm the one telling it to you. Either one, I don't care. My people need me. My people needs me. My people who are like me need me. And I need them. And I need Black children to grow up with a Black history class. I do. I need them to grow up and have them the knowledge of what we went through, the knowledge of how we stood there and we took that so we can have more graduates in high school. Because whatever they say I can't do, I tell them, yes, I can. I can do that. I can stand for my people. I can love my people. I can forgive my enemy. I can forgive my haters. Just as long as we stand together on one accord for this very, very important thing. We need this. We need this. It is so important. We need it. We need this. We need for our children to know that we didn't just come from slavery. We need them to know that. We didn't just get put on a boat. We came from a beautiful place. Our ancestors, they had lives, they had towns, they had a king, they had queens, they had warriors, they had regular people who just lived in that community. They need to know these things, how we ate. Everyone knows how the Jewish people make their bread and how they have their Passover. And it's so beautiful. And how Mexican people do their thing with their food and Italians do their thing with their food. Black people eating food on the holidays that our ancestors were forced to eat. I want to know what they ate in Africa. That's what I want to know. I mean, I loved My mother's collard greens and rice and macaroni cheese and fried chicken. I love that stuff. I do. But I still want to know what my people ate over there. Why they were so lean and beautiful. Why the Mandingo black man was so built and there wasn't no weights for him to lift. He had to build buildings over in Africa. He built castles. He built beautiful homes for everyone in his village. I want to know what we ate. I want to speak the language that my enslaved ancestors spoke before they came here. I want to know that. And I'm sure that there are others who want to know too. There may be some celebrities who want to know. I saw Gabrielle Union when she went over to Africa and she saw the door of no return. It's a red door that our ancestors went through. And they knew when they went through that door, they were never coming back to Africa. I saw her mother, her husband, her daughter, her in Africa, getting to know things about our people. I don't have money like that. If I did, I would definitely go. So would a lot of other Black people here in Black America. We would go to learn. It's possible that we can stick together and get a Black history class. Stop these rates, these death rates. They are saying that being poor, living in poverty, lack of education, all of these things. We all have an opportunity to be educated. We all have the opportunity to get a scholarship to go to college. We all do. We have vocational schools. We have jobs here to help you pay. Why aren't you doing it? Why would you give up on yourself and then turn around and hate someone who hasn't given up on themselves? Why? That's a question that you're going to have to sit down and ask yourself. But until then, I want you to realize that's a big necessity for Blacks in Black America is to have that class. Because Black History Month is only going to tell us about the same Black people I have been hearing about ever since I was in elementary school. We need to learn more. We need to know more. That's what we need to make a documentary about why Black people are hurting each other. And we all know the Jim Crow letter, the Jim Crow law, and all these things that are taken advantage of right now. They've been taken advantage of because in those days, we stood for something. We had to fight to go to school to be educated. If you got caught reading a book, that was a whooping, or they'll cut off your tongue or your ear or something to make you not want to learn to read because they had this picture painted of us like we were dumb and stupid. We didn't understand nothing. We don't communicate right. We are animals. And this is what the word nigger means. So the next time you think about that, you think about that. Think about that. That is a belittling word. My ancestors hated it. And there are Black people here today. Older Black people, you better not call them that word. You better not. And I'm talking about our Black great grandmothers that's 85 years old, 90 years old, 70 something years old. They lived through that. hate. They lived through that. And that's not nothing that you could take and put sugar on it, a syrup or nothing, and make it sweet and cool. No, you can't. It's unacceptable. And if we so came from kings and queens, then why you not acting like it? If you royalty, if you came from royalty, why aren't you acting like it? Mhm. Mhm. Yeah. Mhm. Think about that one. Why you not acting like it? If you came from a kings and queens, if you came from strong lineages, if you came from the strength of our ancestors, if you came from all of this and that, then don't drop out of school. Take the challenge. Don't give up on yourself. hmm Don't do that. Don't say that. Don't treat her that way. Don't treat him that way. If we so come from royalty, then why we don't act like it? Why? Think about that. Give me your comments on that one. I would love to hear what you got to say. So I know that my people around here are definitely not going to like it. And you know what? I most definitely don't care. And I am Denise Jenkins with this edition of PLM, People Like Me, telling you all to please love Our Father's podcast. Subscribe to Our Father's podcast. Give me some comments. And last but not least, I will let you all know. Mm, Dream big. Use kind words. Say I love you. Laugh, giggle, be silly. Share. Say please and thank you. Be grateful. Keep your promises. Help others because we need to help each other. All of us do. We need to help each other, not hinder. Help, encourage. That's what we need to do. Okay? Don't whine. Take a moment to breathe. Try new things. Like, try not doing black on black crime. Try shaking the hand of someone that you might have had a tiff with. Being a bigger man, it feels so good being a bigger man. You just don't know. It does. The bigger woman, in my case, yes, it is. Keep calm and carry on. Laugh out loud. That is last, but it is not least. And I'm gonna tell you something. When you are the bigger woman and you are the bigger man, it's a very good feeling. You feel 10 times taller than what you are because you are bigger than that. You bigger than whatever just came out of their mouth. And what makes you bigger is the fact that they have to insult you to get a rise. And you keep being a bigger person and ignore it. You have to. It's simple to do, very simple. And remember this, guys. Please remember this. Success and self improvement is the best revenge you can have on all your haters. Take care, be good, and enjoy the rest of this night because it's going to be Sunday after a while. Mwah!